Check that out. Live mermaids under the big top. You know how much that is? It's rather ridiculous for this general area. This is a $50 per adult event, $30 for a kid. She kind of looks cool. Beats this heat when it's 120 today. But what's even worse, guys, is people are struggling out there. So if you've been watching the channel for a while, this was that old Kmart. If you look at my channel, there's a thumbnail of me sitting in front of this place in the last days it was open, but it's been closed for quite some time, and actually this whole plaza is abandoned now. Just a waste of space, Casa Grande Mall here. But what it's become is a haven for homeless people. They're out here at all times during the day, at night. It's pretty sad when you think about it. But yeah, I mean, why not better? You got homeless over here, and then you've got an event here. But people are definitely struggling out there, and especially in this heat, it is no joke. So I've been on YouTube for, I think it's 13 years. It's been a good clip. I know I haven't been making a lot of videos on the old channel here, but I'm gonna start getting back into it, but it's a little different. You know, I've done a lot on the channel, a lot of firsts that have never been done on YouTube, but at the same point in time, I've gone through a spell that, how much can you keep talking about reselling, right? As a full-time reseller, doing this for, gosh, I don't even know, what, 23, 24 years now? After a while, you kind of run out of things to say, but you don't, right? You just kind of go like, well, I've said that before, right? Why do I keep repeating myself? But today's video is more along the lines of, you know, what we see every day, like outside, like right there, you see all the clips there. I mean, there's people homeless, there's people struggling. And I find that, you know, on YouTube, you know, you meet all different types of people. There's all different types of channels. It's really a great opportunity for somebody who likes making content, likes helping others, teaching others, or just, you know, the run-of-the-mill stuff. Like, I like watching all different types of stuff on YouTube, not so much reselling related, just because it's like, oh, I know that. You know what I mean? But the point of what I want to make today's video about is that, it's, you know, money. When you come across a lot of these channels, including my channel here, you know, it's always money, 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 and it's like, hey, okay. I mean, yes, this is what I do to survive. So I buy items and I flip them over and over and over again, and list and list and list and ship and ship. You get the point, right? But I was thinking about the other day, I'm like, you know what? If you are brand new to this game and you jump on, whether it's YouTube here or Facebook, you can get a different impression about how reselling is, right? See, when I first started on YouTube, I think it took me 6 months to make $2, you know? And it wasn't about the money. You can go watch my channel to watch the first video. I think it's something, how to make money at Goodwill, where I'm literally sitting there holding clothing. And, hey guys, look at, they're selling this stuff for 50 cents, which now those things are $7, $8. But I was really trying to provide some value, because when I made these videos 13 years ago, the economy wasn't in great shape. There was a lot of things going on that are really relevant to what's actually happening right now. You know, homelessness. People are getting evicted at record rates, bankruptcies. There is so much credit card debt right now. It's unbelievable, and et cetera, food costs. It's never ending. It's a beating. So I wanted to make videos back then, and I was pretty consistent for a long time. Like, hey, maybe there's something I can say that somebody can use to make a little bit of money, right? And yes, there are opportunities today to make money with reselling. There's many different ways, selling many different things. But if you're new to this game and you're looking around, you might say to yourself, this just sounds so easy, right? I mean, there's channels that make it look so easy, or like, hey, I made $1 million, right? And you're like, dude, right? Again, why is it always about the money, right? Sure, it's important. Nobody wants to buy dollar items to sell them for $1.50, unless you're selling 1 million of them. Right? But that's probably not, I don't know. Somebody leave a comment. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, sure. But, you know, the videos of of blatantly ripping people off and just going, hey, well, look at this. I took advantage of this person. Look at how much money I'm going to make. This is amazing. I just find it tasteless, you know. And I'm sure I'm guilty of it too, you know. But it's at the same point, you know, if I'm going to a garage sale, so let's say, for example, and they said this is the price, right? Oh, it's $5 for this receiver. It's $200. Well, that's the price they came up with. It's when you're negotiating with somebody and they're like, well, I want 500. Like, how about 100? Because this will be perfect information. Great. This will be great content for my short here on YouTube. I don't know. I just find that. What do you guys think? I find that to be a little, like I said, it's just a little tasteless. But that is this business, right? I've had people leave comments on my channel and say, you just ripped that person off, or, you know, this is that. It's like, well, right? Or, hey, you should have told Goodwill or Salvation Army that item was underpriced. Why should I? You know? It's not really my job to do that. I don't think it's anybody's job, but, you know, when you're negotiating, that's a different story. Like, I had a lot of videos I prepared of people coming in to the store. When I had the store, I released 4 videos and I took them all down because people were just on me. I'm like, well, I'm paying the fair price, you know? And I tell people all the time, hey, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is what I could do. I have bills here. You know, I'd say, go to a pawn shop, see what they say. And I tell them, you're going to go there, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to even say, we don't buy stuff like that, you know? But when people walked in with gold and silver, I paid market value for it, right? Because for me, it's like those are, how would you call it? Those are kind of investment type opportunities, because if silver and gold go up, you can hold this stuff for a while and cash in when it's really high. Not everything I buy is to sell immediately. There's a lot of things I buy to hold. You know, I always looked at reselling as an investment opportunity, right? On certain niche products, certain items. Then some items like, no, I need to sell that now. I don't need to have 100 VCRs. Oh, there might one day there'll be 5,000. I don't care, right? I don't need to hoard VCRs or DVDs or CDs or records, right? Even though I do kind of hoard some Tool records and Pearl Jam, and those do go up, believe it or not. There's a value to that. If anybody's interested, I could talk more about that, because I have an extensive knowledge when it comes to Pearl Jam stuff. We followed them around with tours. Me and Kim know a lot about Pearl Jam, and we made a lot of money off them too, in terms of posters and buying T-shirts, even vintage shirts, concert shirts. There was times where I'd be on eBay. People would auction off a 1992 original Pearl Jam shirt, the Stickman logo, $20. Oh. Well, I sell those all day for 100, 150, sometimes 200, sometimes 250. Market's a little down on some of this stuff, so I'd buy them. You know, there's opportunities like that everywhere. You just got to really know what you're doing. But yeah, people are struggling out there, right? There are people that are watching YouTube that are disabled, right? There's all different types of people watching, guys, you know? And when you watch these videos and people are bragging or look at, I made $30,000 in AdSense this month. Look at me. This is great. I can pretend to go out and resell. I can have 50 items in my eBay store, because it doesn't matter, because they're going to keep watching. And yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. People will keep watching the entertainment. It's a thing. It's always been a thing. TV, right? Pawn Stars, American Pickers. People can't stop watching it. You know, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, but there's people that are, I think, that are sitting in front of iPhones, computers, smart TVs, and they're having a hard time paying the bills every month, you know? And it's hard to imagine the circumstance, and I'm not going to sit here and judge and say, well, these people need to go get a damn job, or they need to put a little effort into it. Who's it to say? Why is it my job to say something? You know, why is it my job to say, well, you know, I see people, especially where I live, they don't work, they don't do anything. They come in all the time to the store. They buy, you know, they would never buy anything. They're always selling stuff. But I'm going a little freelance here, but back to what I was saying with my store, people would come in, and I always try to give them a good amount of money, what I thought was fair for an item. Sometimes 70%, 80%. Sometimes it was 10%, because I'm like, this little gadget, if it'll sell, I mean, I'm buying it because I think it's a one-off piece, but sometimes they take years, you know. And then you get somebody comes in with a bunch of video games, And you're like, okay, well, what do you want for them? Well, what are you going to give me? And that's where I think when you get in a negotiation where they're not coming up with a price and it's your job to come up with a price, be fair. That's what I do. I mean, I'm fair when it comes to that. Like, thousands of times it's happened to me at garage sales. When I ask the question, hey, do you got any video games? Do you got any silver or gold or coins, guns? Oh, yeah, I do. And they bring it out, and you're kind of looking through it. How much do you want for that? Well, I don't know. What would you offer me? That's a thing. That's a thing. And for me, I've always just been fair with that. And again, it's like this, the way I look at things right now, I am not actively hurting for any type of inventory, right? I have so much of it, so much that I'm throwing it out to free space. And we'll talk about that in a future video, but I could be busy for years with what I have. So I really don't need to buy anything from anybody. Like, I really don't, unless I need to, or I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, this whole old Star Wars stuff. I'm into that. But it's like sports cards. I've got 2-3 million sitting in my garage, you know. But if there's a deal that comes around and it's presented my way, sure. If the price is right, if this person wants $10,000 for $15,000 worth of sports cards, I'm gonna say no. I can't do that. I can't do that. I might say, here's $2,000. I got to do all the work. But if there's cards in there that are, you know, easy sells, like, you know, any older Topps Mickey Mantle card. But if it's just a bunch of run-of-the-mill commons from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they want $10,000 for them, well, who wants to buy that, right? You know, I mean, those cards do sell, but at the same point, you know, it's like, well, that's work, a lot of work. But I guess the moral of today's video, guys, is that, you know, everybody's in different circumstances, and we're all trying our best to get through the day, to pay the bills, to support the families. And there's a lot of people out there that are struggling, and it's only going to get worse. And I keep stressing this. I stressed this in my last video. Be smart with your money. See if you can save somewhere. If you've got piles of inventory, piles of stuff, if you're not even a reseller, right, and it's just taking up space, why not sell it and do something with that money? Maybe save it. Maybe buy a gold bar and wait for gold to come up. You know, but be smart and just understand this is it. This is it. You have one shot at this. And watching, when I'm driving through here, watching people laid out in the street in 120-degree heat, it breaks my heart, you know? And I've helped so many people. I can't help them all. Kim even tells me, Mike, you're too kind, but you can't help them all. I mean, we've probably had 6-7 workers when I had the store that nobody knew about. Never, you know, because I wasn't making videos. You know, they were down their luck. Shoot, 2 were homeless, right? Trust enough. Here's the keys. I trust you. Here's the keys. Open my store. Let you work, right? Let you make some money. All day, you know, sell things here and there. And there's days where I didn't get $1 because the money went to the person that was homeless that needed it, right? And I'm like, well, this is how this should be. Sure, I want to make money. This is a business. It can't be a charity. But if you can maybe also to give back, help others, I think we all need to come together and just understand what we're looking at here, right? We're looking at some major problems. And, you know, it's just, again, who am I to say? I'm just some dude with a little hat here on YouTube, just talking about life, talking about reselling. So that's my video, guys. I'd love to really read your comments, what you think about this whole conversation we just had here. And you know, like I said, just day by day for struggling, right? Day by day, there's always a brighter side. There's always a brighter side. A lot of times, though, it's never handed out to you. You got to work for it. You definitely have to work for it. And that goes true with reselling, right? You just can't list 30 items and think, why is this stuff not selling? These people on YouTube are liars. It's like you've seen videos where people are grabbing things where I personally wouldn't grab. And then they list it a week later. Hey, thanks, Brian. Like, because it's just the viewers buying it, guys. You know, I think probably would never sell on eBay, or if it did, it would take years. But that's a whole other business. That's a whole other topic of, you know, talk about eBay on YouTube, share the eBay store, and, you know, people just buy from you. It's a thing, you know, and nothing wrong with it. It's just, but for somebody watching that that video to go, oh, that's a bolo. It might be a little misleading to that person because they don't know. They have no idea. But, you know, it's just tough times are ahead. They're coming, and they're already here. And I want everybody to be the best they can. So, yeah, I don't know. They got water and everything over there, the people that were there, and it's just like, but I've seen them, they've been here for weeks. I think they're not even from here. They're from like Honduras. They're illegals because the borders are wide open down here and you can just come across. A lot of people think when it comes to, especially here in southern Arizona, that the borders, it's all people from Mexico coming in. That's not even the highest percentage of people coming through based on information I talked to with you know, the Homeland Security down here and the Border Patrol. They've told me like, no, that's not even accurate. You know, but people that don't know, they would think, oh, it's just a bunch of people from Mexico coming through. No, it's not. It is not. And again, another video. We got so much to talk about because I've just been so MIA, and I know I'm dragging this on, but yeah, there's problems everywhere, guys. I want to thank you if you got to this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys still hanging here and still subscribe to this old man channel here, right? You know, it's been a journey, and I got a lot more to talk about. I don't want to just give up and quit on it. And as long as you guys want to watch it and comment, be supportive of it, you know, I'll keep making the videos. So, all right, guys, we got somebody over here. Who knows? Maybe they're gonna carjack me. You never know in this world. So I'll talk to you guys later. Be great. Be amazing. We'll see you soon.